Titusville now. We're just along the road. We're going to watch. This is 2 weeks before we leave on our vacation, but we're going to see if we can see the shuttle take off.
What is it, the Endeavor?
I don't know which one it is.
Endeavor. It's going up for 11 days, the unmanned one.
A lot of traffic going along over here. That's, I think that's 405 going in, I think.
Close.
There it goes. It's going to come out above that.
Those clouds,
it's going to take out, it's going to come out below those.
On top of the clouds.
Yeah. There it goes. You hear it roar now. I'm watching for it to separate. I don't see it separating yet.
Still see it, but can you bring it in real close?
I'm bringing it in as close as I can, Carol. But it makes me shake around. I think it just separated. I think. It went behind another cloud now.
I see it though. I see part.
It's way down though.
Well.
It's a white spot. It might show.
I got a sign there. Says Oleoasis. That's it's Nancy and Howard Stuckman's place now in Bushnell, Florida. They got this all fixed up, and this is where Howard spends a lot of his time, huh? Free time?
Yeah, it's Howard's free time.
That's, what do you call it?
I call it I need a break.
Yeah, I need a break, she says she calls it. And this is, he's got a pond there, and he's got, let me see, there he's got a fire going. He has a pond, little pond. I have 20 acres. And there comes Howard. He's bringing me some cabbage to take home. He's got a garden. We just came for a visit for a couple hours. They raise rabbits.
After what?
There's Nancy. There's our trailer parked. We're going to leave now and go somewhere camping. And there's their place. It's really neat out here. Reminds us of when they were up in Michigan. Not very far off of 75. Does now. Okay, we're at the Chattahoochee, Florida, or really in Georgia. This is the East Bank Campground at the Corps of Engineers Park on Lake Seminole. We were here in August last year. It's beautiful sun going down. Now it's going down through the clouds. It's in the water. It's shining in the water. Really pretty. This is our site where we had last year. It's all concrete and really nice. Not very many left here. There's 4 in our circle. There's the sunset again. It's coming out from the clouds now. Really pretty. Hope it comes out on here.
We're in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and this right there is a River Explorer, which is what we're going to go on at the end of this month from Memphis to St. Louis.
Tugboat is missionary.
We'll see if it's the same tugboat.
Sure it is.
Well, they might change in the meantime, but if not, this is it. There's a pilot house where you get to go and look. It's a simulated pilot house where you can go up and look. But see, there's two decks, and you can walk up on the sun deck. They're loading up supplies the way it looks. This is something we wouldn't see if we were on the thing.
No, except you get off and take your water to
It's just docked here. Imagine this is a stop for them, so they're just people are in.
Off to see things, I guess.
They get off to see things here. Bees swarming. They just came here. They went and they called the beekeeper. Come and get the bees. This is right outside the Gray and Blue Museum. This is by the Mary Star Casino. This again is in Vicksburg. And there's a barge coming up the river. That's I-20 going across there now. And here he's 6 wide and 7 long. It's 42 barges. That's the biggest we've seen since we saw 60 go by Grand Tower, Illinois, years ago.
This is the campground we're at Vicksburg, Mississippi. It's called Magnolia RV Park. It's a real nice one. It's a good SAM, very clean restrooms. And that's the office and the restrooms and the laundry. And then we're around here on the corner. This is the Greenville Welcome Center. It's made like a riverboat. We've been here once, but we're staying at the Warfield Point RV Park on the Mississippi.
Go over to, it says that you have to be careful.
This is on top of the lookout tower at Warfield Point in Greenville, Mississippi. That's the Mississippi out there. And up here, you can see the barges. They back them in there and break them up and make them up, I think. And there is a grain elevator. They load them, I guess, there. Here's Carol. A little girl came up here with us. She's 6 years old. She came up after we did. There's an old towboat. That's part of the park here, the campground. I can't go around too far, we'll be in the sun. Yeah, we're camped over yonder. over yonder. Or we were just up there. 60 steps to get up there. We were up on the very top up there.
This is the way.
This is a catfish in Greenville, Mississippi.
Get
They
set,
put the
go.
catfish on top of the...
Go, all right.
All right, number 6. That's the first one. I believe you have one. That's it. Ready, Mark? Get set, go.
All
The
right.
Mississippi Queen coming down. While we were, when Mother was walking over here, when Carol was walking over here, well, she was talking to our son.
Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day, and she was talking to Dale. I'll see if I can.
Guess it's going from, I wonder, Cape Girardeau or something. Memphis probably down to New Orleans or something.
Probably. I can't really pick up people on the deck, on the roof. I gotta find it again.
They're on the roof, they're on the side balconies there.
I don't see them.
It's hard to see there. You got your back up against there.
I'm doing better. This is it. Greenville. I finally thought of it. So you can read the name now. This is what the people in the park went on in February. They went on the Mississippi Queen. They went from New Orleans up to Natchez. There's a picture of fifth wheel in the park here, where we are. There's a bunch of other ones. Hard to turn and
You already took some of the tower, didn't you?
yeah. I'm coming around the river now.
That's Arkansas on the other side of the river.
Yeah, Arkansas over across the river. There, the Queen going. This is our site in Wallace Creek campground. Last night and tonight. It swings around. And there's the water. This is at Enid, Mississippi. It's ENID. That's the dam over there. It's a long dam. You drive across it the way we came. We're high up here. This is looking sort of south. We're in site 26. 28's over there, and it's a real nice site. Here it's a pull through what we got. You pull down there. Just looking down from our door. Down, the picnic table's down there. Fire pit, see, and you go down some steps to get down there. And there is a lake. There's an old tree dropped in the lake. It's about 7:45 Central Time.
We're at West Memphis, Arkansas, across from Memphis, Tennessee, and we're at Tom Sawyer Campground, which is right on the Mississippi. We were here 10 years ago, and they have this new area here right by the Mississippi. This is, they're refueling the other one, so that's why they have two tugboats. Used to be, this way back there was the only camping there was. You had to walk up to the Mississippi. Now we're right here by the Mississippi. That's the bend it makes. Comes another tow up the river. While I'm out here, I'll just take our site. This is our site. Not too big of trees, but at least they are little trees. Nice concrete pads. This is where you have a free laundry. Good Sam Park.
Here's a barge going by our site now. It's got 5 long and probably 5 wide. A towboat, rather. Tow. Looks like he's empty. These on this side are riding awful high out of the water.
This is the bridge between Missouri and Illinois, and the other side is Carroll, Illinois, and I'm going to take a picture of the Ohio coming into the Mississippi, the confluence of it, if I can, when we get up on top of the bridge. Now this is the Ohio River.
Up here.
Here's the barges. Oh, I can't sit high enough. Oh, he says, look over here. It's just crooked. Bunch of barges on the Ohio. Bit of our site at Columbus, Kentucky. We were camped between the two trees. We got somebody weed eating over here. We're ready to leave and go either back to Belleville or stop in Wren Lake. And there's the river out there. Saw a lot of barges. We just didn't take a video because we've been here lots of times. We needed a little bit. Site 29. It turned really cool. It rained and it's turned. This is our site here at Wren Lake in Cesar, Illinois. And this is in the North Sandusky campground. It's a pretty site. Had full hookups. It was level. Not on the lake though. We're There's the lake down there at the end of the road. It was windy and cold here yesterday. A little warmer now. Only supposed to be high 60s, 70s.
We're here at Memphis now.
Now she's got her.
We're at Memphis now. We just got off this little plane. It only holds 30 people, I think. We just came into Memphis. We're going to go back up on the River Barge Explorer now.
We're on the riverboat now, having a little snack, and there's the Mud Island Transit. It's a little monorail like running under the bridge. It brings people over here to Mud Island. And this is Memphis skyline. I'll probably go up in the top and take pictures too. It's the Mississippi River. We're going to start out on tonight at 11 and go back up to St. Louis. We got here, flew in a little airplane that had 30 people. Lost our piece of luggage, our one piece. Carried on the camera and another little carry-on.
Carol, but you ain't gonna, there's not enough light behind her. See, if I bring her in real close, you'll be able to see her. I'll get the back.
Get the room.
This is the dining room where the buffet will be. And then you can sit right out. See, you sit right here. See, it's too light coming in there. I'll go over here and take a picture of the buffet line now. That's where the serving line is, or the buffet line. The lobby now. When you check in. The top deck, or the sun deck now. And there's the stairs coming up. There's the Memphis skyline. There's the rest of the top deck now. And I'll go over here and get Mud Island. Walking where the monorail goes underneath. That's the bridge that goes across. There's Memphis. We're going down the river. It's around the corner from us. Monorail across now. From we're up on the top deck now. At least you can read the sign Memphis. And right there is a pyramid. That's not too good a view of it because we're down lower, but maybe we'll get a better view later on, I don't know, from Mud Island. We're going over there if we get there. Model of the Robert E. Lee in the museum here on Mud Island. I'll take some more model. This is a Valley Bell, it's a towboat. And there is a brand new showboat. That's just models in here. The museum's full of a snag boat. I think they snagged boys or something like that, I think. Snagged the boys out of the river and replaced them and do different things. A log raft. I mean, a little model of a log raft. Boat. There's a keel boat. I think I had this one in Washington. I don't know if I did or not. A video of a simulated of a trailboat or a steamboat. Okay. Or river boats. This is the SS Brown. These might be packet boats. They carried things. And here's the Pacific. And here's another one. Little barges. And there's a towboat behind it. Models of boats and packet ships. There's something from the Civil War. I don't know.
Ironclad.
Yeah.
Timber.
64 barges on this tow. One towboat pushing 64 barges, 8 wide and 8 long. Model of the Mississippi, starting way up at Abion, Ontario, I think. Arbonne River. How it goes on down the river. Go over to Mississippi. Shaped like an M. She said it stands for Memphis and Mississippi. They only built it halfway and then they quit on it. On the superstructure. That's where the deepest part of the channel is. Part of the river. And you can see it goes out that way to get in the Gulf of Mexico. And goes out through here and over through there to get in it. And it goes out through there yet to get in it. A swimming pool is the Gulf of Mexico, and there's 5 parts go into it. Here you can see it breaking off into 2 there, and there it goes into 3 or 2, and over here is another one. And this is what it looks. What, Carol?
They call it Head of Passes.
Head of Passes, it's called. It's the end of it.
Ends here and it goes starts at Carroll.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes from Carroll down. So
953.8 river miles.
say that here.
953.8 river miles from Carroll, Illinois down here.
Okay.
Down here.
River barge we're going on. We're on the second barge, which is the one in the rear here. We're on the first floor, first deck, the lower deck.
Illinois room.
We're in the Illinois room. Here's the towboat, Miss Nary. It's the one we saw in Vicksburg. Now we're seeing it again. But we're going to be on it this time when it leaves here at 11 o'clock tonight. Right now it's 5:15, 17 after 5. There's the second one. That's the sun deck up there. That's where the pool is, I think. Or there is a simulated pilot house. And there's the front barge up there. New Madrid, Missouri. You see how crooked the river is here. It goes over there, comes back around here, comes up here, comes right down here, goes right on around and around out there. And that's where the fault. There's a fault here. I'm trying to find it. I ain't found it yet. That has to be Reelfoot Lake there, which was caused by the fault, New Madrid Fault in 1812. Right in here, I guess. Let me back up. Right about here is where we were camped. Up on this bluff. Because there's the island that they come around. It's kind of hard to see it now because the sun's in it. But they come around, see the river comes up and they go around that island and then come towards us. And then they turn and go up here. Up that way. Now this is where the battlefield is. The battlefield is was right in here. And over here this is where they don't come through no more. except when real high water. But there's the island that they go around. Now you can see how the river goes up the line. We're just going up here. We're going to get to Crothersville this afternoon, Crothersville, Missouri. Probably about, I figure about 5 o'clock. You can see how the river comes down. We have a lot of barges to ride this morning. It's sunny. It's looking this way, so I don't want to take it. Batteries because it was boring. Over here is a grain elevator there. I'll look back behind me now. Look back behind us. This thing, there's barges tied up over on shore. They just tie them off. Here's another one. A little, so I'll take that elevator again. And there's a towboat setting. He's hooked onto a barge. I don't know what he's doing, he's just sitting there. There's a large tow going up the river now. I just saw him since we came around that curve a little bit. Can't tell how long he is. We might pass him. We might not too. Driftwood. Now this morning it was all coming down the middle. Now it's moving over to the shore. So my dad used to always say, and he was born and raised on the Mississippi, where Merrimack empties into the Mississippi. He always said when the driftwood was coming down the middle like it was this morning, the river was raising. Well, in the last hour and a half now, there is no more driftwood in the center of the river, so I guess it's falling. Now you can see there's a lot of driftwood hanging around that buoy there, which marks the river channel now. So a lot of it hanging around it. There's a pretty good sized tow in front of us. He's 7 long, I counted him before. He's about 5 wide. And he's really kicking up a lot of water in the back, but we're going to pass him. He was well ahead of us, 2.5 hours ago. But we're gonna pass him up eventually. Because unless we get to where we're going, unless we get to Crothersville before we pass him, why we will pass him today. Comes one down towards us. He's loaded with rock. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't like it. Got 7 till a guy moved in front of me. I'll go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long. And he's about 5 wide. He could be 6, but I think he's 5. Ingram barge line towboat, and it's the Alice Hooker out of St. Louis, Port of St. Louis, Missouri. That's the one we're passing. I think he basically just pulled over to the side to let us pass, I think. There's one going by us now. He's going south. He's only 3 long and about 3 wide, about 9 of them. One coming down. Looks like he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he's 6 wide. I'll have to look. These are islands. These are islands out in the Mississippi River now. And this is at mile marker 8:29 about. 8:28, something like that. We got to go to 8:46 for Caruthersville. Look, about 17 miles to go. 15 to 16 miles, he said.
Okay, Delta Queen is passing us by. It's going south.
I'm a river barge explorer now. And we're going around. When we get around this curve here, we're going to be headed towards Columbus, Kentucky, where we're just camping a week and a half ago or so. About 8 days ago, I guess. I don't know.
They give a test.
We see them come around this island that's here, but we never
exactly the same.
do it on this side of it.
That counts. And so
There's a barge that's coming down, a towboat and tows that's coming down from Columbus down. He's coming south. We're going north.
You get a credit, you get paid.
This is looking right at Columbus, Belmont.
And there's a little town, Columbus.
That's
what she said.
That's it.
Okay. 934? Little town on the right.
Well, there's a farm on the left.
Okay.
The track here.
Here come one down.
Unless you really reverse this thing hard.
He's 5 long, and he looks like he's
It's going to go.
4 wide, but that left one here is awful wide. And there's another one right behind him. He's only 2 long, ain't he? I think. One coming down right from Columbus, Belmont. This is a Carol P. the towboat on this.
I like those. Well, we had gotten those.
Can I see him?
We got these in New
Jason?
Jason, but we bought these in New Zealand, but you can probably.
But it didn't give the power on him, did it?
Yes, it does.
That's all right. I've got plenty of room here. I was behind it. There's the barges that they clean at the foot of the hill.
It has a post office and a little store. That's all it has. And then down there they clean barges. Inside the.
I'm not looking at the right place, Carol. I don't see the trailers. Oh, there they are, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
On the right side there?
Well, yeah, there they are.
We're not bringing up here.
You can't exactly see them.
What is the red building over there?
Pardon?
What is the red building over to
I don't know. We don't know what that is. Where did I go with it?
And then up there on that.
There's the trailers again.
Itself where the chain can't
These are the ones that have been cleaned up, or going to get cleaned, and they'll drag them across the river. They go over to this thing here. They've got a dry dock over here at this.
936.
You can't see it.
It's a dry dock there. I didn't know they had a dry dock till the other day.
Who's that ice
It
cream
looks like it
special?
would be difficult. No, they've got it in the sprig. It says
Okay.
when I went back for my camera.
It looks like it'd be difficult for a tow to come and be at the right load. You know, with these all, how would you move them around to get what you're supposed to pick up?
There's picnic area. There's this shelter, picnic shelter.
Yeah, that's what
And some more barges heading along. What, Carol?
one's it.
Here's the one coming. He's 7 wide and 5 long. This is just before we're getting to the Ohio River at Carroll. And we're probably about 7, maybe 8 miles from that yet.
We should be coming to a couple more mile markers on the left.
We'll check it out.
This is the cross that we were gonna.
You see a cross right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
see
We went by that on the way down.
in
She
Wycliffe,
said, "I wish I had a
Kentucky.
picture of that." She said, "I'll get a picture when we come back." When we came back, I was pulling the picture.
Wycliffe, Kentucky, and we were going to take it
There was a cross.
coming out of Columbus, Kentucky, and I missed it.
But I
Must
offered
be a
to,
new
she said, "No, you don't have to."
monument.
She ought to be able to get it real good now. That's the Ohio River Bridge, Carroll River Bridge. From Carroll, it's Route 51 going south through Hickman and that. It's Ohio River coming in there. Towboat has just come out below that bridge, and he's turning, and he's going up. No. He's turning and he's going up below that bridge. That's the Mississippi River Bridge from Carroll. I think we're going to see a different color in the water right now because I think it's, unless it'll come out in here, I don't see it from up here. If we get it, it'll be amazing. Because we should be, it should kick way out into here. The Ohio River is bigger than the Mississippi right here. Trying to get the color.
Looks to me like though the muddy water's closer here.
Well, I think I don't remember which one is which, but I think there's a difference in the change of water. There's a different color in the water now.
Mississippi, that's the Ohio.
Very southern tip of Illinois, right there in the center of the picture.
What bridge is that over there?
I-50, a US 51 bridge that we crossed about a week ago, a week and a half ago, went down to Columbus, Belmont, camping. This goes from Carroll over to Kentucky. Trip it this way. The sun ain't shining in me so much. Get over here because I'm going to get the sun in their eye. Now, what's their names, Carol?
Goldie and Dwayne.
What?
Dingman.
Okay.
Goldie and Dwayne.
From Pella, Iowa.
Okay, we got you. This is a cross that Carol took a while ago. Yeah. If I could only hold still. I got it pulled in so far. Hold me still. She took it before. Now we're just north of, we're just in the Ohio for a little bit. We're going to turn around. We're below the Ohio River Bridge from Carroll over to Kentucky, and he's turning it around now. We're going back to the Mississippi, and then going up the Mississippi. Now I'm going to turn around here. Return. See, he got the back end. He told Carroll that he can spin this thing in 2 minutes. Completely turn this barge, these two barges, and a towboat around in 2 minutes. Coming around, we'll go around the very tip of Carroll, and you can see the difference in the color here. And away from me is the Mississippi, and where we're in is the Ohio. And we're going to turn here and go north. This is US 60 and 62 from Missouri over this way to Illinois. And that comes out, you can see that comes out just above the point of Illinois, which is down there in the center of the picture. And that's US Highway 60 and 62. With the bob stiff. And this is just after we left Carroll. We're headed up toward Cape Girardeau now. I'll be there tomorrow morning before we get to Cape Girardeau. We got 52 miles to go. We're in Cape Girardeau this morning. And I'm going to take some of this mural. I have to take it a little bit at a time because there's no way I can get it all at once. Now, I knew I got part of this, but now I'll go down and get the rest of it. This is on a flood wall. Big street that goes right up to the church. We don't know what church that is. A lot of steps up to it, I know that.
Or that might be the courthouse. That's what
Probably not the church. This is courthouse, probably. It was on Commerce Street, Carol?
Common Pleas Courthouse.
Okay. Here's a bridge that comes across from Illinois over to Cape. And this is a bridge we've crossed a few times already. And it's a narrow bridge. And they're working on the new bridge. They've been working on it for 2 years. They haven't got it out of the water yet, as far as I can see. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers river gauge, do not more barges. Well, we're right. When it gets there, that's there. When it gets up there, it's 39 foot. It's not near up there yet. There's a wall going around there, so I don't know how they block that off. Oh, it goes on around. This is the river looking north from Cape. Looking north now up towards Grand Tower. See how crooked it is. It's going here and then it turns, goes over there and then goes on up some more. We'll go by Grand Tower late this afternoon, maybe about 6 or 7 o'clock, I don't know. I want to take a picture here and bring it in a little at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. What year is this, you said?
Yeah. Trying to figure out how we're gonna get back. I'll have to walk up there. Oh, the work's kind of slow. Yeah. No, the bus is not right here. Bus 11. Yeah. How far? Oh, we walked up all through Main Street, up how many blocks that was there, and then up the hill, down that hill. Yeah. About 6.
For this?
6 blocks from Main Street. So, well, there's a bus in the yeah. Wow.
This is in Cape. We were just here and went inside that. That was a museum. Push it on. There's firehouse number 1. And it says Cape River Heritage Museum. We were just in there. Mural that's on a wall in Cape Girardeau. Well, what is it of, Carol?
Well, it's telling the French and the Spanish.
Okay.
It's telling about Cape Girardeau in 1792.
There you heard it from.
And there's some Spanish architecture there next to it.
Spanish architecture, she said. It's just like New Orleans.
This is in New Orleans House, they call it, and it's a restaurant. It used to be a opera house, and that's the French part of the Cage Rider.
A pretty exclusive restaurant, I think.
And then on the other side of the street is the Spanish architecture.
Well, we'll get that in a
You'll
minute.
have to.
This is the Southeast Missourian. That's the newspaper. And this is the Spanish architecture. Pretty good sized building. And there's a bank. And we're standing in Channel 12.
You don't need to see the bank.
Here's the mosaic tile. Now go on and say what it is, Karen.
Well, it's the art of printing. That's on that same newspaper building. And then it's the people that visited their town, like Truman is in the front, President Truman. I don't know who else is on there. There's a listing of them, but I'm not going over there. Somebody's baseball player in the back.
Yeah. Maybe Big Mac's been here. Never know. I don't think so. Dizzy Dean, I bet's been here.
Should be.
The view from up in the top of those steps that I took down by the river barge. There is a river barge. And this is the view of from the top of those steps to the courthouse. So I'll just pan around this way there and I'll go around the other way. Working on the roof. I run out of stuff just about to take right there. That's it for here. Now along riverfront. That's T.S. Eliot there. Now I'll move to the next one. That's Langston Hughes and Susan. Wait a minute, I ain't got the Susan Bloy, Eugene Field, Laura Wilder, doesn't mean nothing to me, Joseph Pulitzer, Dale Carnegie, Rosie O'Neill.
I don't know who she is. She's from NASA, but I.
There's probably the one that blew up in a Challenger, whatever her name was. Can't remember her name. And Ralph Limbaugh. I gotta move. That wasn't Ralph Limbaugh, that was Rush. I just changed his name. And there's Jess Stacy, Porter Wagner, Burt Baccarat, Scott Joplin, Josephine Baker, J.C. Penney, August Bush, George something Bingham, General Pershing, and General Omar Bradley. Then I'll move again. It just says Missouri Wall of Fame. And there's Truman. Now I'll have to move. George Washington Carver, Walter Cronkite, Marlin Perkins, Jack Buck, gotta move, Thomas Benton, Yogi Berra, George Brett, there, I can't see who this other one is. Don Farrow. Okay. Stan Musial. Scott. Vincent Price. Betty Grable. I think that's Red Fox. Red Fox.
Betty Grable.
And John Houston.
Jean Harlow.
Jean Harlow.
Ginger Rogers way up in that left corner.
Okay, Ginger Rogers is there.
Frank and Jesse James.
Frank and Jesse James.
Calamity James.
And Calamity James.
There's Dogwood and there's a mule.
Okay, there's a mule and a dogwood. Here. And goes all the way down. that truck. There. I'll try to get out of the way before the train comes, or the trolley, or whatever it is.
Anybody here from Indiana? Let's go put a little back home in Indiana.
If I was to set that right there, nobody would ever walk out of the I would set this on that corner of that table. Well, they can walk out through here and then go back there. Well, I'll wait till they start playing. I don't know where they're standing. So you get off. Where'd you get off? You didn't get off where we did.
Yeah, we did.
Did you get off at the museum? We got off. Okay. We got off the museum.
Then we walked back. But we were going to walk down to that church and that house. And we went to Florida. We went to
Old Shanty and old Shanty Town. That's an old one.
This is bluffs along this on the Missouri side. If we're going up from Cape Girardeau up to
And it says in Forest Park,
St. Louis now.
get a dollar for your day pass when you park shuttle bug.
South, north,
Science
Elmhurst.
Center.
Very pretty rock.
Bishop Radio, Bishop Murders, both got
Get a pretty view of the Mississippi River now.
But you know, when you try to get pictures of just this, really, what's in here is really good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But we went to Australia a couple years ago and we went out on the barrier reef.
Now that's prettier. I moved it away, and it's prettier when I have it close to the window. Maybe it's because the window is
And his wife didn't want to go, so him and I went snorkeling. And over the barrier reef. And that, now I should have had him on
No,
camera.
I
thought
like it
he
the
had
other way
one. I
better.
thought maybe he'd send me some pictures. And I've emailed him since, but I haven't kept too much in touch with him, so I guess he didn't have enough.
Yeah.
Just a pretty view of the Mississippi River.
That sounds good.
Coming up the Cottonwood Bar just below
Well, they got
the Grand Tower.
Yeah.
And we're going to follow him around.
Yeah, there's a lot of history in there on some of the boats.
Over there
Bass,
is part of the...
power, who's owns it, who owns it now, who's gonna own it.
What is that, Carol? Where those houses are? What is that? Is that the town?
yeah, that's it. A pretty house when you go up
Okay,
to.
that's Grand Tower there.
Okay.
Where we're going to go around the bar is... See, that's mile post 78.
Those boats, and this Georgia.
And we're going to go around here.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I'll...
Sir,
There's a lot of rapids right there.
That's from that other boat.
No. See the gas line from here now, and the campground. There's quite a few people in there, Carol says. I'm gonna I'm not going to zoom it in anymore.
No,
Right there is where we walked up the hill to get up on top where they used to have a house years ago, just north of the park. There's a campground north of the park, right there at the end of the thing. We're coming up the Tower Rock. Get it right from here. There's Tower Rock again. There's whirlpools right over in there. Now over here,
there's that.
that's Keller's store. Now that's where you can go upstairs and see high button shoes yet. They still got them.
There's that shell. Is that what
Yeah,
that is?
yeah,
That rock shell?
yeah.
Or is it here?
All right. No, it's right out there. Right there you can see where the rock jetty sticks out. I mean, it's underwater and they have to go around that because it's well, you might be able to go over it now, but normally it goes right around. It's bad. Boat ramp. And you can see the water's really up there. So you don't have to go pretty far to launch your boat. That comes down, there's the levee there. It comes down right in. He's on top of the levee.
Come right here.
The water's down about 3 foot from the campground now. To us it looks like it.
Hello there.
No.
Hello.
You see?
That's not Lewis. He came in a van.
No.
This guy did. If I could tell Lewis, there's a couple sitting there in a travel trailer waving. I was. There's workers. I can tell a lot of guys. Oh my, it's full. There's
Yeah.
still some spaces there. I don't see Lewis. At least.
Or Tower Rock.
I don't see Lewis unless that's him taking those videos, but I don't think so. It's weird. Fred knew we were coming, but he probably don't remember what day we were.
See how rough the water is there now?
Yeah, it's a train coming on this side.
Power plant at Grand Tower. It's left of Wittenberg, I guess. They said there's only about one house there now anymore. This might be Altenburg up here. We don't know. We don't know where Altenburg is, but it's very close around here, around Wittenberg. So this could be Altenburg. There's a girl on the part of the deckhand, or part of the crew on the boat that is from Altenburg.
never seem to want my romance. The only time we hold is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like that. I don't know why I still.
The woman playing the piano.
They both seated about 500 people. All the big bands came through from the 20s up through the 60s. You could walk out the back door about 3 steps and go into another little building and you could gamble your night away. And that's what supported no cover, no minimum. Have a great meal, listen to Harry James, Woody Herman, Luke Ellington, Charlie Spivak, Les Brown, Louis Armstrong, all of them were there. And so we grew up around that environment, playing, and my big band was playing over there from about 1958 on. We have a big band, but we can't get them all on the stand. We have full sax section, full brass sections, and great arrangements, and so we kind of go where the money is and where they can afford us, in a big place and where they can't. We use a smaller group, and if they want to raise back and kick their heels, then we let them hire a rock and roll or a country band. We don't show up. So we grew up playing and backing along the stars over here, and it was just a very unique place. And years ago, if you say you're from Cape Girardeau, some people say, "Oh, that's where Rush Limbaugh's from." Well, in the old days, if you said I'm from Cape Girardeau, they said, "Oh, how are things in the Purple Cracker?" Because it was well known throughout the Midwest. So that's where we started. That's where we played for many, many years. I wonder where I stand. Dreaming of a song from melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again when I was you, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago, and now my
we're going to leave the band off. Right there, right in the middle of nowhere. About halfway between Grand Tower and Chester.
Illinois.
Yeah, Cora, Illinois. Cora.
Yeah.
The gangplank out for him now to get out. The band going off on the gang now. I mentioned, but back to where we saw the campground, that was Grand Tower. Way back to where we saw all the trailers and that. They put the gangplank down. As soon as they're off, they're going to pick it up. Right back. This is another mural. This is upstairs, or on a second deck rather. A mural. It's all across it. It must be about 20 foot long, 25 foot long. That's Hernando de Soto there. The big mural goes all the way across.
Did you say what this was?
No?
Crevasse, the Great Flood of 1927 in Henderson, Kentucky, I believe, no?
There's all sorts of things you can see in here. They have a thing that they tell you what's here and you're supposed to find them.
I guess
There's the Merrimack Power Plant.
before you up north. Now do you get 4 weeks? Are you 4 weeks out? No.
That should be the 160.
I go home a little bit the same way. I go home tomorrow. I live around West Palm Beach, Florida.
Where?
Yeah.
160.6.
Leave St. Louis, go to Atlanta, Atlanta to West Palm Beach. Everything goes to Atlanta. Everything goes to Atlanta.
That should be the Merrimack River coming in right there. And my dad was born and raised on that point. Right up there. And there's the Merrimack Power Plant. Where the Merrimack comes in. There's the Merrimack River. My dad was born on top of that hill, top of that bluff right there. Looking right up the river now, right up the Merrimack. Yeah.
A little over 100 years ago, he was born there. There was no bridge there when he was living there. And there's the power plant again. Union Electric. The Jefferson Barracks Bridge. Now my cousin lives on the right side, but on the other side of it. Harold. Here's a dredge working over here. Dredge working on the river. We've never seen that before, a dredge working. He's filling that barge with sand.
You know they still riding. Yes.
There's a lot of construction. This is Lure Brothers Construction.
What happened? Well, he shouldn't have even got suspended. He should have just got cut loose.
Columbia, Illinois.
This kid is Cincinnati guy. Shot 5 times in an alley by policemen. And he didn't have no weapons on.
They just shot him because he was black.
Won't be long, we'll be crossing, we'll be going through below the bridge.
It's raining.
I don't know if it's raining or just, it's raining.
It's raining.
Close to St. Louis now, and all you see is barges tied off along shore all over the place. And it'll be just like that all the way up now to St. Louis. There's a tow going, pushing something up there. I don't know if he's pushing them up or just holding them to making them up. You see they're stored right along the side here. All this crew members.
Tell that pop out.
Yeah, right.
Michelle? I don't know where is Michelle? Uh-oh. We have a special request. Uh-oh. Michelle probably still did something.
There's the arch in St. Louis. There's Veterans Bridge.
It looks so naked without the asphalt.
Upper Street, 55 and 70 going across. There's the Casino Queen gambling boat right there. And there's Eads in the background. Now that's Eads Bridge here. Then I guess that's Veterans on the other side. There's the arch. There's the arch from the rope.
Eads Bridge. No. I'm in the dry. I was down there in the wet. Bridge is on the other side. Hopper Street's behind us, and so is the Free Bridge behind us.
It don't look like they're working like they're using theirs.
Metrolink train is coming across the bridge now from the right to left.
Making the turn right now. Closing, pretty good rate.
Yeah, it is too bad for everybody that's just been here. It's too bad.
There goes that. Metrolink.
That's what Lindsay Marshall said, they stopped there, on their tour.
There's a Tom Sawyer River excursion boat here. I'm taking this out of the window of our cabin on the River Barge Explorer. Angel of Harmony. This is St. Louis Cathedral. As far as I know, it's St. Louis Cathedral. Picture of the church, St. Louis Cathedral. Like I said, I think this is what this is. This is the ceiling in the, I don't know what you call it, vestibule, or you want to call it. Like the cathedral. And this is looking down one hall.
It's marble.
This is inside of St. Louis Cathedral. I found out it is St. Louis Cathedral. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. It's a big one. Altar.
The nuns are pretty much gone, but
Man, and it took him 1920s to 1988, and there's 41.5 million tiles in the whole church, 7,000 colors. They put them together in front of them on the table.
That far. That's the Delta Queen, city of St. Louis.
Depicting it, yeah.
Wow.
The arch.
Where?
Well, the arch, see the arch up the whole arch.
Oh, that's the whole.
Oh my gosh,
That's the whole arch
I
area.
should buy a postcard.
Oh.
There's Cardinal Ritter. Cardinal Ritter's in the middle there, Joseph Cardinal Ritter.
Right in the middle of that.
That one
floor.
with the red.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, I see it, yeah. Yeah, I see it. In the right hand.
One dome. A balcony up there. The window is. Pretty window. Good chapel in here. Little chapel off to the side.
Don didn't take the outside of it. Here's the outside of the church.
This is Bush Stadium here. Now we just got off of the Metro Link. Minutes to 12. This is the courthouse. This is Keener Plaza. The courthouse with the arch right smack behind it.
And the blue water in the fountain.
Yeah,
the
blue
St.
water.
Louis Blues.
The St. Louis Blues got the blue water. But they lost in the playoffs. There's a fountain in the middle of the thing. A runner in the middle. And the stadium's right over there. Now there is the fountain and the courthouse and the arch without that other framework in front of it. And over here is what Carol just took pictures of, a little statue. Another one, Raviola housewife or something like that. Italian housewife. That one over there.
That's called Trading Dreams. The little boy has got a suit coat on, his dad's suit coat and a satchel and skating in with a bird on his shoulder. I don't know what it was called.
Okay. The next one.
That couple's stand in front of the man.
Oh, another one, a man. That's a military man. One guy standing on top of the world on his hand. National Bowling Museum and Cardinal Hall of Fame. We're going to go in there. Model of Bush Stadium now. I mean, it's changed now, but this is a model of it as it was built. It's changed now. I'm going to go and take a picture of Sportsman's Park, which is where they played before they came here. Looking out from the plate, the Sportsman's Park. You see, it only went out so far. I ain't going to show it, I don't think. The roof. There, the roof quit.
Here, check this out for you guys.
I went to this. Oh, I'll take one there. Browns and the Cardinals both played here at Sportsman's Park. When the Cardinals were home, the Browns played. When the Browns were home, the Cardinals. I mean, when the Cardinals were home, the Browns were gone. When the Browns were home, the Cardinals were gone. I'll get it straight. His 61st homer. And that's his 60s.
Never see his son anymore.
Second, I guess.
Who's 61st?
I don't know where the 70th is.
Who's 61st?
Seen pictures of him. There was Dizzy and Daffy. Daffy was his brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'd pitch double headers together. One would win one and one would win the next. He's from Arkansas, I think. Beginning of the 34th season, he proudly and publicly pronounced, "Me and Paul's going to win 45 games." Paul was his younger rookie brother, who also had joined the Cardinals as a pitcher. It was a brash prediction. Dizzy had won 30 and Paul had won 19 for a total of 49. Another gas house game.
This is Mark McGuire's car he got for his 62nd home run. They drove him around Busch Stadium, and it's here in the Hall of Fame.
Batter's Eye Club now in
Because
Centerfield.
you get confused with the ball.
Inside
You
Busch
can
Stadium.
focus on the ball. They also have outside seating on either side of this road.
Outside the stadium on the Batter's Eye.
It's here, but that
This was before, this city area was here before the line was built. They built the 79.
This is the school. This is straight out the base. And this is the outfield. There's the foul pole.
Yeah.
Get from the press box, press room. That's press box. Not the broadcast box, but the press box. The scoreboard, the Cardinal scoreboard, National League scoreboard. There's retired numbers. There is Big Mac Land right there. Right next to the left field foul pole. Cardinal dugout, 30 foot below street level.
It's 130 feet.
There's Carol sitting in the dugout. Another lady. 42. I think where we were. And if you look down here, that's right. This is from Bee Tree River Park, Carol?
County Park.
County Park in Missouri, south of the JB Bridge. Looking out the Mississippi River. Right here, we don't see anything coming up or down.
That's Illinois over there. Illinois farmland.
Yeah, the Illinois farmland. I don't see the JB Bridge from here, though we can't see it.
There's too many trees.
We'll go up the line further.
This is a famous place in St. Louis. They have two now, and this is the older one. And it's Ted Drew's Frozen Custard. It's really popular. And it's concretes and malts and ice cream. This has been here a long, long time. I don't know how long. This is Tower Grove Park, St. Louis. Don said his parents used to ride through this park. We're going to see if we can ride through it. Okay, they used to walk through this park, he said, when they lived over here. This is Tower Grove Park. Looks like a pretty park, kind of like Fart Park, but not as big, I guess. Playground. Uh-oh, we have a street stop here.
It looks like it. I guess won't go through there.
Yes, we won't.
Get that
I'm getting
here.
a reflection on that. Well, that's like a Chinese building. Looks like.
I'll try to get over here.
It's not even a building, it's a shelter, isn't it?
Shelter, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is the old playground pavilion, 1971. This is the Cypress North Shelter. This is 1871.
If you want to take a picture, I don't care if you do or if you don't.
No, I don't think I'm going
let me
to,
know.
I said. Boy, that's a deep drop off there.
Yeah.
I guess that's the other entrance over there, huh?
I guess. I don't know what that is. I'll go back here. I don't know. I want to go back and take
It's like
this.
another entrance.
Here's another one of those things. Is that the same thing?
No.
Same one, isn't it?
Hey, they got a lot of firewood laying around.
I mean, this ain't the...
No, this is something different,
This
Don.
is the north side.
Cypress
South.
South.
Yeah. I think we can come right down about this other end thing. We're driving down the center of the park instead of on each side.
Mm-hmm. This is the Chinese one here. Just don't go in them deep things. Boy, they're deep. Well, these aren't so bad.
I'm trying to get up where you can get it without getting a little tree in your way.
Yeah. Chinese Pavilion, 1873. I had that on, so I don't know what I had before that. This is Humboldt North Pavilion, 1871.
Well, there's another one on the other side, exactly the same. You want to take a
Okay,
picture?
South Humboldt, I guess. This looks like the band shelter to me, where they have bands on Monday night, music on Monday night, and it's got different busts of different men.
Here's bandstand.
Bandstand, oh, okay. It's pretty, very pretty park. It's in St. Louis. We never saw it before. This is a fountain in the middle of this little lake in the park. Weeping willow tree. And there's another, I don't know if it's a bandstand or what it is, but it's part of the park. This is the Turkish pavilion. This is
I got to turn to the left there.
Compton Hill Reservoir Park. It's kind of a neat thing.
Like
Building
water
was
tower.
yeah.
We're going to go to the left there, so you'll get it out the side window if you want it.
Okay.
Well, you can get it.
Yes, I am getting it.
Good.
It's really interesting. Compton Hill Reservoir Park. Oh yeah. This is called Lafayette Square, and there's all old houses.
They're real expensive houses.
At one time, huh?
Rich people lived here.
Long time ago?
That's a pretty house.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can get them out through here.
Oh gosh, is that a big one? But I have to take it through Don's window, so it's kind of hard. The park is on the other side, on my side of the window. You can old church.
Go around one way and then go around another.
Yeah, but I'd still be kind of close if I was on that side. These houses were sure close together.
Yeah, they got fire
And they were
escape on.
straight up and down.
I'll go around.
Did you say your mother and dad came here?
No.
Oh. You just liked it. They showed us this on the tour after our
river
barge cruise, and he thought they were neat houses.
There you can see it a little better. You can get them out the front window, can you?
Well, you told me not to take them out of the front window.
Or are they glaring?
I don't know. The battery's blinking.
Battery's
There's some big houses, pretty.
Just take them out here.
Pretty brick-a-brack on them. There's the turrets on that one. So the turrets on there. Yeah, that one's glaring. There, that's pretty. Boy, that is a pretty one.
They've all been fixed up.
Yeah. Guess I ought to take one picture of these kind of houses. This is some of Lafayette Park. There's a bridge in the middle of the park that you walk over. See if I can get that.
Go up in the shade.
No, not now. Can't see it now. There's a lot of statues in these old parks. A Christopher Columbus statue in the Tower Grove. I don't know who this is. It's like Washington to me. There's a fountain, yeah. This is a very colorful building. Looks like apartments.
We're down at Grand Tower. This is our site. At Grand Tower, about the same as usual. We're on the river. There's a boat coming up the river. I'm going to go take a picture of that. Quite a few units in here, although there's a lot of workers. They've been working at the power plant, changing it from coal over to gas. A lot of them up in there. Goes the boat, the river, quite a yacht.
Called Lady Chateau. There's a guy sitting in the back just relaxing. Lady Chateau. Man, that's a big one.
That brown sign on there, Carol? I can't read it. Probably the owner sitting in the back, relaxing. Got his captain piloting it up the river. Not too far from the pipeline. Here's a big towboat. Big tow. He's 7 long and 4 wide, about 28 barges. He's riding high, so he's empty. Grain barges. Probably going up north to pick up grain around Minnesota or someplace. It's a Gregory David towboat. Yeah. Twin engines. There's another long tow. He's 8 long and 5 wide. 40 barges. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how I'm going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 7 long. No wonder I can't count 8 on it. But he's riding high, so he's going up to get grain. It's only 35 barges and not 30, not 40. I can pick up his name on here. American Pillar or Polar, I don't know. I can't hold it still enough to see. Delta Queen in front. There's the Mississippi Queen right behind them. Maybe a couple blocks, oh, maybe a half mile. Well, if I could hold still, I'd be better off. Got the stack down now, and there's the old paddle wheel back there. This is the Mississippi Queen. It's a lot bigger boat than the Delta Queen. There you can read Mississippi Queen. There's a paddle wheel in the back. Standing up there. There you can see the spray from the paddle wheel. This is a cross at Bald Knob, Illinois. That's a cross they built, and then one burnt down in 1980. This one was constructed again. We're going up to it. They have Easter services and passion plays and stuff like that.
111 feet high?
It's 111 feet high. Probably a better picture here, and I'll get right from it, so right by it rather. Oh, we're at the base of it. You can see how high it is. They got vents up there to let the heat out of it, I guess. It's 20, I don't know, it's 21 foot square at the bottom and 16 up on the top, I think. And the wings spread out 63 feet, the cross does. It's real high.
Yeah, it's three us.
I'm just taking scenery around from up here.
At night?
This is the Illinois Ozarks.
When it's illuminated at night, it can be seen for an area of 7,500 square miles. It's 700 feet above the valley.
I think that's right there is where they put lights on it or something like that, maybe for special occasions.
Maybe that's a fashion.
And here's a bell.
There's the 3 wooden crosses that they erected in
There's the 3 wooden crosses.
1945.
And then here you can see out to the over the thing. It's hazy. You can see that. It's a tape end.
Oh.
This is looking out now over the valley. I guess this is looking towards the river. I really don't know. This is looking out over the valley now. I thought I had before, but I guess I didn't. There's a tourist.
Oh, yeah, right. There's the cross from far away here now. We're heading back to 127.
3 miles away. 3.5 miles away.
There it is.
This is J. Strom Thurman Lake. We're on a little bay, and this is in Pollard's Corner, right outside of Martinez, Georgia. We're going to visit Dolores and Jane. This is our site. You come down a hill over here. You come down a hill and you go up a hill. One around the other way there.
get on the other side so you don't have the fence.
This is a fall line. Now, are we in Savannah? We're in Augusta now.
Well, we're right out of Augusta in Martinez.
Okay.
Looking at South Carolina.
Oh, we're looking at South Carolina.
South Carolina.
This is the Savannah River that divides Georgia and
Is that a dead pig?
I don't know what that is.
Sure looks like it.
Pig. Looks like a dead pig to me.
I'll bring him in.
Yeah, it is.
Where'd he go?
Dead pig.
Oh, for goodness sakes. How did he get there?
Floated.
Floated. I don't pick him up on here. Why?
Got some tubers over here going.
There's the dead pig. Floated down.
The
Tubing.
I think they're tubing.
Are they in a raft or tubing? Can you see that?
Well, that's why it's called the fall line. It runs right across the state.
I can't tell. I think it's some kind of rubber raft, I think. Part of an old lock, like the Erie Canal thing where they took boats through. There's a lock port on the other end. And this is, they put a dam here now. I'll move the water coming out below the dam now. The way it goes now. This is a canal. Comes down. This is where we are up here. Coming down, there's two mills. Down that way. Savannah River. And that little strip up there, that's a river walk. We're not going on it. But that's the Savannah River. And you get on it here, and you go all the way down. We're in Augusta. You go all the way down, you go down 200 miles and go down to Savannah. It's a pretty place here. It's a marina here. We're in the cotton. Cotton exchange we're in, and that's a bale of cotton, like it used to be years ago. It's the Cotton Exchange building in Albany, in Augusta. That's where we were just inside. This is the Riverwalk. Savannah River. It's pretty.
They were there last night. They were on the lake. This is a brand new development across the river. That's in South Carolina.
This is a levee behind us.
But it's North Augusta, South Carolina.
North Augusta is in South Carolina.
Bridge across the river. And over here are some nice houses along the river. Big houses. Sacred Heart Cultural Center now, a church. They're bricklayed 17 different ways in there. Really pretty. You see the dome and all from the side now.
Tell them it's an old church.
Yeah, it's an old church.
It's a
it used to be a
cultural
Catholic church.
It's a cultural center now.
But look at the dome up there.
Yeah.
Dolores and
Jean Entrican. And they live in outside of Augusta, Georgia. And we met them on the Norway trip. We're visiting them. Okay, we gotta get a picture. Well, you can get it.
I'm gonna get over here. I'm gonna get them in front of the house.
Probably look better from across the street. House for sale.
There's Dolores.
We have crepe myrtles and they have really
They'll bloom, but later. They're the latest blooming crepe myrtles in the
yours is just
world.
starting there.
Yeah. But they'll be in full bloom soon. Make a mess.
Okay, this is J. Strom Thurman Dam and Lake. There's crepe myrtle in front of me, which my dad loved. crepe myrtle.
Never been here with the crepe myrtle.
A big lake. 3 years ago, they had all those spillways open and the water was so high. Long lake. Relatively narrow with a bunch of fingers going on. You can get up whether you can get down.
I would loosen the rear, but I won't.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now the big thing is when she gets down. Yeah.
I think just jump down.
It's a house.
Probably if you take it this way, it might. Or maybe you can take it.
This is, what do you call these houses? Antebellum.
Just so.
This is in Washington, Georgia. This is,
We'll let you out.
Did we go past?
no, no, that's all right.
Tables here. From that church.
Crepe myrtles. You can go on.
But anyway, I said, no, I do my own planning. I said, but you never know. So I took the car. There he is.
There's a deer. Right across from our campsite. He's just looking at us.
Well, he was.
Ian and Dolores at our house. We were at their house yesterday. And we had a nice ride today.
Country ride, yeah.
Country ride,
We went back roading.
Back road.
that's not your everyday.